Hi everyone. This is the September ELL tip of the month. This is part of my professional development, and I know something that the entire ESL team wants to be involved in. So sometimes we'll share a pre-made video or materials, and sometimes it will be just us. So this month's topic is rate of speech, and this is an accommodation that it requires very little to no teacher prep. And you can just do it on the spot. A good self-check-in for teachers is to use your TELPAS descriptors for listening, and just to touch base with the intermediate and advanced. An intermediate listener still requires extensive linguistic supports, slower speech, simplified language. They can pick out keywords and main ideas, but often lose some of the details, and we want details. Advanced speakers still need processing time, still sometimes depend on visuals and verbal clues. They occasionally require the speaker to repeat something or slow down or clarify. So those are just a good check-in. If you don't have one of these, come see me. If you like to have the paper copy, I do. So rate of speech. I want you to think about someone who leaves mumbly voicemails. Voicemails are almost obsolete, but think about someone who, when you get a voicemail, you're like, what did they say? I can't even understand that. I used to be that person for my mom. She's like, you're such a mumbler. But and think about when you set up your voicemail box, how choosy you are with your words and how clearly you speak, and how we don't start like having side conversations like, oh, where did I put my keys? Oh, this is Miss Amlin. So those are all things that we can just apply to our teaching. So this month's challenge is to talk like you're setting up your voicemail box when you're in instruction. And I just want to give an example, actually in Spanish. I know some of you are Spanish speakers. But for the others, I'm going to introduce a unit of study in Spanish without any linguistic accommodations. And then I'll do it again with a slower rate of speech, with emphasis on keywords and some simplified language. Okay? So, buenos días. Esta semana vamos a empezar un nuevo estudio de los americanos nativos, quienes inhabitaron esa tierra, los primeros en habitar esa tierra, de hecho. Y vamos a hablar de, bueno, ¿dónde puse estas fotos que tenía? Bueno, vamos a hablar de los recursos que usaron y cómo les ayudaron a sobrevivir, y las regiones en donde vivieron y por qué eligieron esas regiones, y la cultura de cada grupo. So, how much did you get of that? So here's a second way. I'm just going to slow down my speech. I'm going to emphasize some keywords. I'm going to use a couple visual clues and see if you get a little bit more. Okay? Buenos días. Hoy empezamos un nuevo estudio en los americanos nativos, quienes habitaron esa tierra desde hace mucho tiempo. En esta unidad vamos a hablar de los recursos que usaron, que les ayudaron a sobrevivir. Vamos a hablar de sus regiones y por qué eligieron las regiones en donde vivieron. Y finalmente vamos a hablar de la cultura de cada grupo. Va a ser muy interesante. So, I hope just by hearing the slower rate of speech and the emphasis on keywords, maybe that could kind of give you a perspective from our second language learners. I think you're all amazing. I know a lot of you are doing this. I don't do it all the time, but it's just something to keep in mind for the month of September and practice our voicemail box talk. Thanks. If I can ever support anyway, let me know.